What up? It's Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, depending on what time zone you're in, it's Sunday night, but for some of y'all, it's Monday morning. My Monday morningers, don't worry. I know this is not our favorite day of the week, but I have a good show to help you get you through your day. Sunday nighters, yo, rejoice, man. Enjoy your rest, enjoy your night, because Monday is starting. It's even harder after a long weekend. I know. Anyways, let's think positively, all right? I have a good show set up for you guys today. Behind the feed and off the record, Stefon Diggs caught messing around with another man. Not woman, but man. In lead stories, Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth under investigation for unaliving. Yeah, the M word. Also in quick news, we're going to talk Hazel-E, global Black Friday sales, streaming shows, Apple, Thanksgiving leftovers, lotioning your butt, and Money Long exits Brandy and Monica's tour. As always, we're going to close out the show with question of the day, social discussion of the day, and comment of the day. I think that's it, yeah. I always get confused with those three. I need to write it down or something. For those of you who are sick and tired of spam phone calls, emails, and text messages, don't y'all worry. We have a free trial from Aura that we are going to tell you all about. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio, your devices up. Come on, let's get this week started, man. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. All right, in our first and only story behind the feed and off the record, which I've been trying to give you guys a little break from, but listen, this one is too hot that we have to talk about it. Stefon Diggs has another man accusing him of being with him. Now, for my daily listeners, you guys know we've talked to you about Christopher Blake Griffin, the influencer who is suing Stefon Diggs and who Stefon Diggs is actually countersuing. He accused Stefon Diggs of having him over to his house, essaying him, giving him DRUGs, etc., okay? Then Stefon Diggs is countersuing him for defamation. That case is still open. But what is interesting is that there's a new gentleman on the block by the name of Biddy Banks. Now, Biddy Banks has put out some questionable tweets, and Blake Griffin put out a message speaking with him. So people are talking like this might be a new court case that's coming out, or Chris might be looking at him and using him as a witness in his case against Stefon Diggs. So let me break this down for you, okay? Now, Biddy Banks is a male person that makes money recording himself doing sex, if you guys could figure that out, right? He's a PORN star. Recently on Twitter, he put this out and said, all used to talk to all these female rappers' current boyfriends. Now, the beginning of that sentence is a little bit weird, but all used to talk to all these female rappers' current boyfriends. Now, the second tweet says, hate to do this, but I will be stepping forward about certain things I felt I've had to keep private. Again, those are questionable tweets, and who else, whatever female rapper that has a boyfriend that we had that alleges to have been with other men. Klay Thompson, no. Lotto is with 21 Savage. We've never heard of him saying anything. Glorilla is with the guy that plays on the Raptors. Keep forgetting his name. But, if you're thinking about, female rappers and being with males, you got to think he's talking about Stefon Diggs, right? Who else? Cola Ray, but she's been attached to Justin LeBoy, who we haven't heard of him saying anything. And we've already come out to tell you guys that Justin LeBoy is actually married with kids. So that's kind of just like an industry hookup for clout and attention or whatever. So who else? I hate to do this, but I will be stepping forward about certain things that I've had to keep private. And then the text before that is all these female rappers' current boyfriends. So if that alone would think that he's talking about Cardi and Stefon, But then Chris Blake leaked this text message or DM between him and Bibby. And is his name Biddy Banks. So this is what Chris wrote. He says, "Man, why you unsend the message about Diggs? I just got a briefing on who you are, and I respect your privacy, champ. Tell your story when it's time." And then Biddy Banks wrote back and said, "I'm so sorry. I saw what happened, and I really feel bad. I definitely don't mind saying something. I just would have to get permission from my team, but I appreciate your message for real." So if you see on the top there, there's vanish mode. And he said, "Why did you unsend the message about Diggs?" So if you take this DM, he knows you. We could confirm that Chris is saying that he said something about Diggs and then unsent it. And then he's saying, "I saw what happened. I really feel bad." And we can assume that he's saying, "Hey, I saw what Diggs did to you and I feel bad about it. And I definitely don't mind saying something. I just got to talk about it with my team first." So is his team, his publicist, his lawyers, he wants to, make sure that he's not defaming himself so that Diggs can't countersue him. So again, word on the street is that this might be a new case. Is it going to be a criminal case? Is it going to be a civil case? We know that everybody likes to get money nowadays, and we know that the best way to get at somebody is civilly, and then it could turn into a criminal case, i.e. Cassie and Diddy. This is the new frontier, and I'm telling you that it's happening to everybody. I don't know why Diggs have so many men coming forward, but maybe that's his thing. Now, just want to remind you also that Diggs just had a paternity test that was confirmed by Lord Giselle. That was another court case because he was fighting it. He wasn't too sure. So that's still ongoing, fighting for what he has to pay Lord Giselle, who's an IG model. Another case he has going on with his ex-girl for putting hands on her. Her name is Mulan Hernandez. So that's another case. So that's Chris, Lord Giselle, his ex-girlfriend Mulan. That's 3. And then the counter lawsuit against Chris. So he technically has 4. This would be Stefon Diggs' 5th case. And also, we do know that he has 2 other girls pregnant. We don't know when they're going to be delivering or whatever, but now we know that he was definitely with those girls after Cardi, because Cardi already delivered and she wasn't premature. So Stefon Diggs has a lot going on with women, with men, baby mamas, etc., etc. That's pretty much all I have for you with Stefon Diggs. I don't know why Cardi would go and get herself wrapped up with somebody who is worse than Offset. Offset was a horrible husband. Don't get me mistaken, but he was cheating on her. This is a whole other thing because it's clear that Stefon was cheating on Cardi because he has 2 kids coming after him. 2 women, 2 baby mamas coming after him. So is that cheating? I don't know. And then there's men with countersuits and Cardi. I think Cardi should just pull the plug now because it's just looking worse and worse and worse. We'll follow up on this. For now, let me know what you guys think about Stefon Diggs and his alleged playing on the other side of the fence. Let me know in the comment section below. All right, in our first lead story, breaking: House Republicans announce an investigation into Trump and Pete Hegseth. And it's not just the House, it's also the House and the Senate. Take a listen to this.
This is huge. A group of former military lawyers just came out and said they believe that Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth committed murder and war crimes. This is based on the New Washington Post reporting about Pete Hegseth's order on the boat in the Caribbean. They write, quote, "The former JAGS working group unanimously considers both the giving and the execution of these orders, if true, to constitute war crimes, or both. We have some major news. House Republicans have just announced that they are investigating Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth for their possible war crimes, citing that Washington Post report. This order that Pete Hegseth gave to, quote, kill them all regarding a boat in the Caribbean is now being investigated by the Senate and the House. Look, when Republicans are acknowledging this report and saying that there needs to be an investigation, that's how you know it's bad.
We have major news right now. A large group of former military lawyers have concluded that Pete Hegseth and anyone under him who took part in the illegal strikes in the Southern Caribbean have likely committed war crimes, murder, or both. War crimes if we are technically in an international armed conflict with these cartels. If we're not, then lawfully it's murder under federal law and under military law. And Pete Hegseth and anyone who executed the orders that were, quote, patently illegal could face criminal charges.
So look, we'll let that investigation unfold, I'm sure, this week as things ramp back up after the holiday season in the U.S. We'll get some more information. But for those of you who are keeping score out there, Republicans flipped on Donald Trump when it came to the Epstein files. Yes, he probably does have a backup plan with Pam Bondi and Kash Patel that I do not think that it's going to come out, or the things that come out from the Epstein files is not going to damage Donald Trump. I think he has a backup plan. But the Republicans did flip on him. Now we have the House and the Senate launching an investigation onto what he is doing over in Venezuela with Pete Hegseth and all of this stuff. That's two major flips on Donald Trump within the government. Then 2-3 weeks ago, when we had those elections, it was a blue wave. So you have Republicans, MAGA, the independents that were on the right, voting Democratic, voting for non-Donald Trump appointed people. Then you have in the Senate now and in the House, Epstein files, these crimes. I don't think the next year for Donald Trump, 2026, is going to be good because you have the midterm elections coming up. And if you are in the Republican Party and you are on the right, do you want an endorsement from Donald Trump? Do you want to talk about the things that Donald Trump wants to do? Because if you do, you're not going to get nominated. It's just how things are looking. And we already told you last week about Kash Patel potentially being fired. This is going to come down on Pete Hegseth because you know that Donald Trump is going to cut ties and be like, I didn't tell him to do this. He'll figure out something in the investigation. So you have Pete maybe gone, facing crimes. Kash Patel may be out of here. Pam Bondi, you know what I mean? It's just really what a shift from 6 months ago, or maybe not even maybe 8-9 months ago, where Donald Trump was you couldn't see, the Democratic Party couldn't see a light of day. It was just over. It was dark. 2006 coming up, it's going to be a blue wave. Now, as I always say, not to try to make Donald Trump look bad, but we have counted Donald Trump out many a times before, and he always finds a way to come back out and be victorious. So just wanted to put it out here to you guys. This is a second major flip from within his party, and we have one special voting 2 or 3 weeks ago. This has been a bad month for Donald Trump. Is this the end of the Trump era already within the first year of him being president? Is it over for him? Will we have a blue wave in the midterm elections? What is happening to Donald Trump, MAGA, and the Republican Party? Sound off and let me know in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. All right, this brings us to our first quick story. Hazel-E says she's only dating YNs 25 years and younger. All right, if you all remember Hazel-E, blue faces, you know, I don't know, what do you call them? You can't even call them his girls or side pieces. Blueface's weekly fling from last week, and then he broke up with her, citing that she was too old. Now she's online saying, yo, you think I'm too old for you? Well, I don't even date YNs younger than 25 anymore. So if I'm not mistaken, I think she was 45, 46. What y'all think about this? Take a listen.
What's the YN age cutoff?
The cutoff? 25. After 25, you're not YN. You're on the show.
Damn, so it goes. So after 25, you're no longer a YN. See, ladies, this is informative.
Yeah, man.
So you gotta get you something under 25.
It gotta be under 25, man. Under 25, that's not no YN, but okay.
So then what am I, an auntie?
You a TC.
Listen, man, Hazel is out here living her best life, 45 years old. If she has a 25-year-old who's interested in her, they're all adults. Let them have fun. It's just whatever it is. For me, like, I don't see what a 45-year-old woman would see in a 25-year-old man. I understand the 25-year-old wanting to be with the 45. For him, he's like, yo, I got a mature, bigger, big woman, whatever, blah, blah. I just don't see what she's identifying with, but I can assume what the one thing is, right? You know what I mean? And that's the fun part about it. So they're all adults. Do your thing, Hazel. Y'all sound off and let me know what you think in the comment section below. All right, our second quick story. Global Black Friday sales online reach a record $79 billion. Black Friday 2025 established a new benchmark for customer spending, solidifying its status as a digital-first shopping event. In the United States, online sales soared to a record-breaking $11.8 billion, according to Adobe Analytics, representing a substantial 9.1% increase over the previous year and marking the largest single day for e-commerce ever recorded in the country. This massive surge was mirrored on a global scale, with preliminary estimates from firms such as Salesforce indicating that worldwide online Black Friday sales reached approximate $79 billion. While officials aggregate figures from total spending across all channels, online and in-store, are still being tabulated, initial data from payment processors pointed to a very strong customer turnout, with overall sales rising 4% year over year. It's pretty good. The preliminary narrative of this Black Friday remains that the decisive shift from physical stores to digital platforms continue multi-year trends. While overall sales grew, physical store traffic continued its downward trajectory, decreasing by an estimated 3.6 compared to 2024, effectively reinforcing the end of traditional early morning rushes. E-commerce platforms saw spending peak during the mid-morning hours, while mobile devices accounted for over half of all digital transactions. So, what did y'all do this Black Friday? Did you pick up your phone? Did you go on your computer, or did you go out to the stores? It's indicating that people are not really going to go to stores. I am personally, just overall, I'm just not even a shopper, period. But I would never be in the stores this time of year. Yes, I was a retailer for over 15 years, but I cannot shop when it's busy, and I cannot shop when there's a bunch of people. I just don't even like shopping, period. But me, the bigger takeaway here is the money is still there. Whether it's traditional brick and mortar or whether it's online, customer confidence is good. So that's good for the economy. That's good for the numbers. And that will translate, I hope. I'm sure Donald Trump is going to take this and say, you see, it's my economy, my this, or whatever, et cetera, et cetera. But people are out, people are spending. That is opposite to what we've been hearing, that the terrorists. It's raised money up and et cetera, et cetera. So this is a good indicator. We'll wait to see Monday, Tuesday what overall was, but globally looks pretty good, and the US looks pretty good. Let me know what you guys did this Black Friday. Did you shop? What's going on? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, our third quick story. All right, this is my new favorite thing to do. I think I'm going to do this weekly. The most streamed or the most watched shows right now. Okay, the first one is The Beast in Me on Netflix, 2.5 billion. I think this is hours, so 2.5 billion hours. That's going to be my next show because I just finished All Her Fault. Next one is Secret Lives of Moron Wives, Season 3 on Hulu. That looks like it's just really not for me. Landman, Season 2. I've heard that was pretty good. I might check that out. That was 758.7 million. Absentina, if I'm pronouncing it right, that's on Prime Video. And then coming in 5, All Her Fault at 470 million on Peacock. By the way, for those who didn't catch it, I think I talked about this yesterday when I was talking about Euphoria, or maybe the day before. I finished All Her Fault. Super good. The first episode, second episode, I was like, okay. I thought it got I was like, why is everybody talking about this? But episode 7, I think of a little bit of 6. Then I was like, okay, 7. And then I was super drawn in and 100% amazing, worth all the hype. If you guys want a good show to watch All Her Fault. Let me know if anybody watched Beast in Me, The Beast in Me. I think that'll be the next one I watch because I need to watch something. I'm an insomniac and I need a show. But like I said 2 days ago, I cannot wait for Euphoria. There's nothing else that I'm excited for streaming-wise in 2026 but Euphoria. I just cannot wait. I love Zendaya. I love that show. I love the premise. I love everything. I love the acting. I love the director of photography. I cannot wait for that show to be back. But I will watch The Beast in Me. Let me know what you guys are watching in the comment section below. All right, our fourth quick story. Apple is set to become the world's largest smartphone maker in 2025, surpassing Samsung for the first time in over a decade. I was shocked by hearing about this. Apple is projected to become the world's largest smartphone manufacturer in 2025, surpassing Samsung for the first time in over a decade. Sorry that I just read that. I hate when they do that. The shift is driven by strong demand for new iPhone models, a customer upgrade cycle following the 2020 incident, and increased sales in key markets such as the US and China. Apple is expected to capture 19.4% of global smartphone market by the end of the year, with iPhone shipping forecast to grow 10% compared to Samsung with just 4.6 growth. While Samsung offers a broad range of devices across various price points, Apple emphasizes on high-margin premium models with a tightly integrated ecosystem has contributed to its market position. Analysts forecast Apple will remain the leading smartphone vendor through at least 2029. Yo, shout out to Apple. Now, for those of you who used to follow me years and years ago, I used to literally drag people that have Androids. It was just a joke. It was a funny thing, but I'm like, yo, I can't talk to a girl that doesn't have an Apple. I cannot text you and you're texting me back in green bubbles. It was just an ongoing joke. And I think my brother-in-law has an Android and I used to make fun of him. And my accountant actually. What do you guys feel about Apple versus Android? Is that still even a thing? It looks like that's not really a thing anymore, and Apple looks like it's just pretty much taking over. I don't know why there would be a shift just now, after 10 years of Samsung, and this is worldwide, let's take it with a grain of salt. Look, Apple products are expensive, but I don't know. I feel like that's why I'm surprised by this report. I feel like more and more people are not running to get Apples. Back in the day, when an iPhone came out, you had to change. But I feel now you just get an iPhone when you need to change. It doesn't matter if you have a 16 or 17 or 15. But having said all that, maybe the rush for it died down, but overall, they have greater sales just throughout the year. So instead of the spike and then it dying down at needing, overall sales looks like that's probably the better. But I've always said that it's always better to have steady sales margin than to have crazy peaks. Even in the footwear industry, people would be like, oh, you have Jordans, you have Yeezys. It's like, yeah, it's great to have a crazy Saturday, but then if the rest of your week is horrible, as a business, you look at your year end. You're not looking at a Saturday or whatever. So I think Apple's model now is probably better, has a strong ecosystem, sales throughout the years, and you're not really just running in the store and it's just a phone that you use. Let me know what you guys think about Apple versus iPhone. No, Apple versus Android in the comment section below. All right, the age-old question. We ask this every year. This is our fifth quick story. When is the appropriate time to throw out Thanksgiving leftovers? A is same day. B is Friday. Y'all are crazy. Friday? C, Saturdays. D, Sunday. E, Monday. F, keep eating till the ancestors tell you to stop. Listen, I'm Jamaican. We don't play about our leftovers, yo. Or I don't know about y'all, but I know that we don't. Like, my mom still cooks for my sister and I. Yes, we're big grown adults, but it's what she loves to do. Every Sunday, she brings to my sister for her and her kids. She brings over for me. And I'll eat those leftovers till Friday. Sometimes to Saturday. If I'm stretching it enough. 1,000%. Now, my mom will hear this and get mad. And she's like, if it's, by Thursday, if you don't finish it, freeze it and then take it out of the freezer and eat it Saturday. And I'm just like, yeah, okay, mom. And she's going to hear this and probably say something to me. But my point is that you got 5 days. Now, I know if you ask ChatGPT and you go Google, it's going to tell you, I think it's like 3 days, I think maximum, but you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. I forgot that I actually did have some questions. Not questions, but answers. Somebody said Sunday and that's it. Another person said Saturday. What? Another person says refreezing every leftover. Exactly. That's another thing. When it's got past that 5 days, then we'll freeze it for months. Sunday, but that ham is eaten and then it's gone. Another person said if the food really busts in, there shouldn't be leftovers. No, that's crazy. Always gonna have leftovers. Food ain't cheap. I'm eating it till it's gone. Exactly. Saturday, bro, let it go. What? You're going to cook it Wednesday, or you're going to cook it Thursday, and then Saturday? That's only 2 days. Somebody said I grew up poor. I'm still eating Saturday until I see the mold. Exactly. Somebody said till Christmas. Another person said Sunday starts the beginning of a new week. It's time for something new. Nah, man. Let's see. I'll make sure I'm eating it till it all goes bad. Exactly. Right now ain't the time to be throwing anything away. I'm glad I made small portions for my family and it's gone. Freeze 1/2 immediately. That's a good thing. You could just freeze it right away. The other half splits into containers, sealed, and I'm eating for the week. Yep. Somebody says throw out. That's an option. Exactly. Monday, it gets thrown out. Sunday is the last day of eating for me. Nah, man, I am keeping that till there's no more left. I'm not throwing out food. And even sometimes after I freeze food, I'll keep it and it's there frozen for like 5, 6, 7 months. And I'm bags. I don't like label it. I don't know what it is. And I see it's like freezer burnt and stuff. I'm still not throwing it away. I'll take it out, defrost it. Even if it doesn't taste great, like I'm just not throwing up food. It's just the way I was raised. I'm just not throwing up food. Done. That is like a pet peeve of mine. Anyways, let me know what you guys are doing with your Thanksgiving leftovers in the comment section below. All right, this is a funny one. Our sixth quick story. Do you lotion your butt or prefer ashy cheeks? All right, I saw this online and people are going viral. Like, I don't even know why this is a question, but take a look at this podcaster. She's shocked that her friend creams her entire body. She's like, you cream your torso? Now, I understand non-Black people might not understand this, but Black people are ashy. I am ashy to the further extent. I have excessively dry skin from when I was a baby, from when I was young. I had to get like medicated cream. Like I can't cream myself enough. So this is not even a question for me. I cream every single inch of my body. And this is 2 Black women. But even somebody who's not Black, because I've asked some white people, and some white people say, yeah, I cream. Some people say they don't. I get it. Depends on the skin you have, or Asian people or whatever. But I don't understand. If you do have the type of body or the type of skin that requires creaming, why would you cream your legs and your arms and not your torso and not your butt cheeks? Doesn't make any sense. Take a listen.
Not touching your butt all the time?
I do touch my butt, yeah, when I like put lotion on. But
You put lotion on your butt?
if I'm putting lotion on my body, yeah. Do you skip your butt?
Yeah, I've never put lotion on my butt.
Where do you put lotion?
I put lotion on my legs only in the summer, really, when they're like out. And I should be doing it more in the winter because they
Get dry.
I look like a real reptile right now. But I usually stop at the thigh and then my arms.
Not even your torso?
No,
Oh.
I've never put lotion on my torso.
Never.
No, my torso is never ashy.
I guess my torso's not ashy either, but it's just like to moisturize so that my skin stays like softer longer.
Does everyone do that? Everyone puts lotion on their torsos?
Am I back?
How are you reaching? What?
I just like reach my back. Whatever I can reach.
I'm blown away.
Me too.
And the crazy part about it is, look at her skin. She has beautiful skin. So like, what is going on? But maybe she could get away with that. Maybe her skin is not like ashy. Maybe not every Black person's ashy. I don't know. I've never heard of a Black person not creaming their whole body though. Oh no, weigh in, Black people, white people, Asian people, regardless. If you're a creamer, do you cream everywhere, or you only cream the arms and legs? Like, what's going on here? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to everyone's favorite segment, comments of the day and social discussion of the day. All right, before we get to that, y'all know I have a very important question to ask you. Is your computer, laptop, or cell phone vulnerable to data breaches? Hold up, wait. Let me answer that question for you. Yes, they are, all 3 of them actually, if you are not using Aura, the all-in-one digital security platform. Go to my sponsor below, aura.com/trendoutloud, to get your free 14-day trial to see if any of your data has already been exposed. If you're ever wondering how scammers get your cell phone number or why your inbox is filled with spam, here is why. There are companies called data brokers, and they sell your data, and they do it without your consent, and they make billions of dollars selling it to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. That is why I recommend today's sponsor, aura.com, Aura, to my family, friends, and out louders. Aura takes care of the hard part for you, automatically removing your personal information off of these sites and keeping it off. Aura is an all-in-one digital security platform. You may already have a digital security tool, but not having Aura is like locking your front door and keeping your back door open. With Aura, you get alerts if any of your personal information is ever found on the dark web, real-time fraud alerts if any of your credit card or banking information is found, a secure VPN, antivirus, password manager, and they also have US-based round-the-clock customer service. If anything does go wrong, Aura also includes, not offers, but includes a $5 million identity insurance protection package. In the event that anything does go wrong, you are covered 360 degrees. It is the best anywhere that you could find when it comes to digital security protection. Anything you do online, your name, your address, your credit card information, phone number, it's all stored in the background, and these companies sell it to like marketers in the name of, oh, we just want to get information on trend. What is he shopping? What is he like? What shows? Whatever, blah, blah, for marketing. Well, when those things happen, some bad actors, they call them bad actors, they're really just scammers, get your information, and that's why you get phone calls from people, and you're like, I didn't give you my number. How did you get it? Yeah, they buy it from wherever you shop online, and they send you links, they send you phone calls, they try to get these things or whatever. They're stealing homes nowadays, bro. It's crazy. So The holiday season is fast approaching. Cyber Monday is coming up. Like, do not shop, do not do anything online. And we just read to you for Black Friday, there was what was it? $79 billion. Okay. It's crazy. If you're going to do anything online, make sure you're protected. Aura is the best. Second link below or the QR code beside me. Do not miss out. Sign up. It's free to find out if any information has already been leaked. They can take it off for free. All right. Let's go to comments. I'm about to say I don't have a super thanks, but I do. Hey, my favorite thing is getting super thanks. All right, this super thanks is from Guardian of the... Okay, this is a long word here. Guardian of the Scared Flame, I think. Point of the Light Incorporated in Long Beach, California. Ask everyone to remember small stores for your holiday shopping. We sell oils, incense, candles, bulk herbs, crystals, and books. Come in and enjoy. From one copper person to another, thank you, Trent, for the opportunity to promote my store. Well, first of all, thank you very much for the super chat. For the super thanks, really appreciate that. And like I say to everybody all the time, if you have something to promote, a super thanks is a great way of doing it, okay? So thank you very much for that super thanks. Now, as always, we will go over to comments. We will take one random comment every day. Hold on, let me set this up here. We go to newest, and we do it live, kind of like a raffle, so you guys don't think I'm picking and choosing. Bad comments, good comments, we don't run. Boom, right here. This one is from, Lamies, South Africa. What up? It's been such a long time that I pronounced your name. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Anyways, what up, Lamies? Lamies says, as it pertains to Krishan Jr., there definitely is something amiss. Krishan obviously had a major part to play due to her habits. I'm not the biggest fan of Blueface, but I think him not claiming any disability regarding Krishan Jr. is actually good because that baby must still grow up and see all of this. They should consider treatment and not publicize it. Okay, I could see how you're looking at it that way. I see what you're saying. I think better than putting him in the spotlight, putting him on their lives for everybody to see him, and then saying, there's nothing wrong with him. I think it would be better to just not put him in the spotlight. If you're concerned about what he's going to see, don't put him there. Like, I wouldn't want to see my parents have me all over the internet. I know that there's something wrong with me, but then be like, nah, my son's fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I see what you're saying, but my thing is just take him off completely. But at least we do agree that there's definitely something wrong with him, and it was from Krishan, right? And she should take that responsibility. But anyways, Lamies, thank you for your comment. And we haven't read a comment from you in a long time, but now we're doing everything sporadically. So anyways, thank you very much for your comment. Glad to see that you are still watching. Shout out to South Africa. All right. Okay, now before we go to social discussion, we are going to tell you guys how to give super thanks. This started with people asking, hey, Trent, we want to give back to the show. Do you have Venmo? Do you have PayPal? The best way to give back is through super thanks. It's simple. At the bottom of every single video, you'll see a thanks button. If you're on your phone, you might have to scroll over. It's like, comment, remix, save. Boom, right there you see thanks. You click all that. It'll give you a little dial. Support with any amount that you would like. What I find cool also about super thanks is that you can replace the thanks with whatever comment you would like. It sends me like a notification. So it's like sending me a text message. I'll get the notification. I'll like it. I'll reply back to it right away. And if you'd like, I'll read it the next day. All right. So we appreciate all the super thanks that we could get. Here is YouTube explaining it better than I can.
Buy a super thanks by clicking the thanks button under your video. There are multiple price points a viewer can purchase that each have their own special one-time animation. As an added bonus, viewers will get to post a distinct, colorful comment in your video's comment section.
All right, y'all. Second way to give back, I want to remind you guys, is sign up and be an Out Loud member today. With the Out Loud memberships, you get loyalty badges, emojis, member-only live streams, member-only videos, early access to new videos, and member shoutouts. Also, I do a weekly vlog. I missed this one last week, but I'll do one this week. That's where we kind of just get a little bit more intimate. We talk about life and stuff, no politics and entertainment stuff or whatever. Just you get to know me a little bit better, and I get to know you guys. So make sure you sign up for the Out Loud membership today. First link below, or you see the join button above me. When you get to the membership window, you'll see different tiers. It gives you the same access. We're not separating anybody. Just some people asked us, hey, we want to have more options of what we want to help and support. So it's kind of like a tip menu, Out Loud or Out Loud Proud Family or whatever. It gives you all the same access, all right? Whatever one you choose to sign up, we appreciate the support. Okay. Today's social discussion is, just want to make sure I have the right one. Yes. What is it? Let me see. The question of the day is almost the same here. Oh, yeah, here. Okay. If someone offered you $1 million to leave your partner, would you do it? First person said, no, sorry, I read it wrong. Not only do I love my girl, but $1 million is not a lot of money these days. Next person said, I left him already, so where's my money? Next person says, yep, we'll get back together. Well, that's obviously not what it means. You leave them and you can't get back together with them. Somebody says, yep, can we sneak around like when we first met? Another person says, nah, she's the only one I would want to live it up with. That's cute. Another person says, I got my dream man already, so no. He made $1 million before. Now we get to do it again together. Cool. Huh? Next person said, in a heartbeat, she'll be I. Okay. Another person said, no, because my man has $20 million career, so I'm better off staying with him. Okay. I'll leave you for a few minutes and get back together. I hate when people say that. It's obviously you can't get back together. Let's just be fair. Somebody says, yes, because I'm single already. Another person said, give me 100,000 and I'm out. Damn. Another person said, adios. Leave in what way? Leave forever. Like you're done. It's over. The relationship is done. We beefing right now, but I ain't got nowhere to go. You make it 500 million, then I'll consider it. Somebody says, no, I love her. Another person says, yes. Okay. So you see why I was a little confused in there, because this is kind of like a question of the day, but I like to put these things sometimes in social discussion. $1 million to leave your partner, would you do it? I think if somebody would consider this or think about it, I think you should leave them. Like, I would pay $1 million to find a partner. That's how much I believe in partnership or marriage or whatever. Like, that's how sacred I think it is. I think enough people don't understand how sacred and how beautiful it is to actually find somebody. And yes, I am this coming from the single person, and that's why I'm single, because I wouldn't just be with anybody. And if I am with somebody, $1 million to what? Are you crazy? There is nothing on this planet you could offer me that would make me even think or consider leaving the person. Like, no. And I think, again, that's why there's so much issues in this world. Like, when you have a partner, you become like, that's when you think about it, that's actually even like beyond family, because your family, you don't get to choose, right? My sister is my sister. Like, it's great that my sister and I have a great relationship, and I love my sister, and I love my sister for the person who she is. She just so happens to be my sister. But if I ever found a girl that I was like, yo, you're the girl I want to marry, you're the girl I want to have kids with, like, I love everything about her, the good and the bad about her, but I love her so much, I chose for her to be my person. What? That's amazing. Like, I think people that find that are the luckiest people on the planet. Like, I don't actually think I'll ever find it, to be honest with you. I'm having like a little change of heart in the past couple of days. Like, it's just probably won't happen. Like, it's not in the past couple of days, but like, I think that's why I've always felt that way. And then sometimes I'm kind of like, maybe. And then sometimes like I kind of, have whatever ups and downs. And I've always said to you guys, like, I'm totally cool with whatever happens in my life. But ultimately, I just think that people who are lucky enough to find that and like don't get divorced, don't get to whatever and live, like, you're living the dream. You met somebody, chose them, they chose you. $1 million? Bruh, you better come with like, you can't come with nothing. Because if $1 billion and then I'm not with that person, what would I do? I'm gonna buy a crazy house. Cool. I'm gonna live in it by myself. I'm gonna go and buy like all the sports cars in the world. Cool. I'm gonna drive in it by myself. Or I'm gonna drive on the street and like pick up like a random chick who I don't know. Be like, hey, how's it going? All right. Then what? I'm gonna buy a jet. I'm gonna fly around the world with strangers. We're gonna buy diamonds. I just don't understand what. No, sorry. Every time I talk about money, I have to preface and I have to understand. I have to remember that yes, the world, not everybody is comfortable. I get it. I told you guys all the time. I used to be on welfare. I used to be broke. I used to be whatever. 100% I get it. But even if you are broke and have nothing, it's better off to be broke and have nothing with somebody who loves you and you love them than to have a bunch of money, $1 billion, and you don't have anybody. I'm going to remind you guys that all the darn time. I've come from both sides. Trust me. Anyways, just a reminder, if you're beefing with somebody, if you're with somebody or whatever today, be happy you have that person. And if you're in a situation, it's tough to make ends meet, tough to pay the bills. Trust me, I know. I used to have $3 in my bank account and be on welfare and steal food from the grocery. I get it. It's better off being with somebody than having money. Trust me. Let me know what you guys think. Well, what is your answer in the comment section below? All right, this brings us to question of the day. Would you rather relive your happiest day or fix your worst mistake? Let me read that again. Would you rather relive your happiest day or fix your worst mistake? Okay, I think I have my answer. Okay, I want to say my answer before I read anything because I don't want anything to change my mind. Your happiest day was probably a result of your worst mistake. So I would want to relive my happiest day for sure, hands down, because I've said this a bunch of times. Nobody likes making mistakes. It's horrible. But especially somebody who's thick-headed like me, the best way I learn and the biggest things I have learned were from my mistakes. I told you guys I learned more about business, closing and losing stores than when I was opening stores. Yeah, so 100%. Fix your worst mistakes. No, I love making mistakes. Mistakes are a blessing. As long as you don't make the same mistake twice. So yeah, my answer is relive my happiest day. All right, another person. First person says, I'm guessing the mistake is baby father. Don't worry. I get it. Ladies love them babies and the stepdaddy season is upon us. Okay. Somebody says, fix worst mistake, no hesitation. Honestly, fix my worst mistake and live happily ever after. Okay. I would rather stay in the present and continue living as is, because if you fix your mistake, you potentially erase the lesson you were supposed to learn from them. You see why I wanted to say this? Because I didn't want you guys to think that I got it. I know somebody would say that. Another person said, relive my happiest day because I haven't made any mistakes that serve their unique reconciliation. Don't get that? Okay. Worst mistake Worst mistake took away my happiest day. I think that's what I just said, right? Worst mistake took away my happiest day. Okay. Anyways, fix my worst mistake. Another person said, fix it, Jesus. Another person says, relive my happiest day anytime. Fix my worst mistake so I can have more happy moments. Fix my worst mistake so I can have happy moments. Person said, fix my worst mistake. Memories last forever, but your worst mistake can affect you for the rest of your life. Next person said, worst mistake. Worst mistake. I knew everybody would try to say, fix your worst mistake. Nah, you got to love your mistakes, man. You got to welcome these, man. Relive my best moments. Worst experience only built my character. Exactly. There you go. Fix my worst mistake. I have many mistakes. I can borrow those that don't. I can borrow those that don't need theirs. Okay. Fix my worst mistake ASAP. Nah, man. Y'all gotta leave. You gotta sit in those mistakes, man. Sit in them like a warm bath. Bring on the mistakes. Bring on the negativity. Great. Take that in, soak it up, and be like, maybe not the negativity. Let's not bring negativity, but mistakes. Boom. Okay, I'm not going to make that mistake again. Go out, make a new mistake. All right, you come back, and this is how you build. Anyways, let me know what you guys would rather relive your best memory or fix your worst mistake in the comment section below. All right, y'all, that is it for me today. I hope we're able to get you through your Sunday night or Monday morning. Before I let you go, just want to remind you of 3 things. First thing is, for those who want to give back to the show, there's a super thanks button. Please hit it. Give back whatever you like. Anything that you donate is very, very welcome. We are working hard here for you, all right? Second thing is sign up for the Out Loud membership today. First link below or the button above me. And also, any of you guys who are online, and if you're watching or listening to me, you are online, do not forget to protect yourself this holiday season. Sign up for Aura. Trust me, you will not regret it. I've never had anybody sign up and they not discover that there was something private of theirs out on the dark web. So make sure you sign up. Second link below, QR code beside me. Before I let you go, just want to remind you of all the ways to keep up with the show. For those of you who like to listen on podcast platforms, just go to any pod site, type in Trent Out Loud. The show will pop up. Do not forget to hit the follow and subscribe button so that you can be notified every time we upload a new show. And just like I was telling you guys, we upload daily, all right, 7 days a week. Now, vice versa, for those of you who are like me and you like to watch your shows, head on over to YouTube, type in Trent Out Loud. The show's going to pop up. I'm going to need you to do 6 things, though, over on YouTube. First 2 is hit that subscribe button and hit that like button to get the algorithming. The third thing I'm going to need you to do is please try to comment below. You guys are my co-hosts. I do the show with you. We bring a lot of topics. If you guys are not answering me, I'm looking crazy out here by myself, all right? So please try to comment below. Now, for those of you who don't want to join in on the conversation, I totally understand. I don't want to make you feel pressured. But one thing that you can do, though, is comment where you are watching from. Before I go to bed at night, I look at all the comments. And one of my favorite things is to see how global the show is. So if you can, for me, just let me know which country or what city you are watching from. Fourth, if you're really enjoying the show, please try to share it with your family, friends, and loved ones. It helps with growing the channel. And like I said, we're here to grow this community and grow this channel. So all your help is appreciated. Fifth, sign up for the Out Loud membership. 6, use that super thanks button for your favorite YouTube host. All right. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. For those of you who want to follow me outside of the show, I'm available on all social platforms, and it's always the same handle, Trent Out Loud. I'm the most active on Instagram. And speaking of IG, please follow our show page, the Trent Out Loud Show on IG. That is the page that we post most of the videos that we cannot play here for you. We'll play like a little snippet of it. YouTube has a lot of copyright restrictions. Instagram, we could put up the whole thing. So follow there. It keeps you more looped in, keep you updated throughout the day. And then at night when we post the show, you already know a couple of things that we're going to be talking about. So it's just a more enjoyable way to enjoy the show. A lot of enjoyables there. All right, y'all, that's it for me. Thank you so much for kicking with me. I'll see you back here tomorrow, same time, same place. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace.